It's the kid Ego, and we working, baby. You know how we do. I figure I'll get back on here for some live stream shit. Talk a little of this boxing for y'all. So Victor Postol is out. Julius Ndongo is in against Regis Prograis of Louisiana, New Orleans, I believe. That's a fight. Shout out to Yusuf. He says, hey. Shazam says, like. Thank you. Make sure you smash the like button. What's good? What's popping? You know, I got the city, Bay Area on me. West side, you know, the best side, where I reside. We're going to talk about this boxing game, man. So, hope you guys got your coffee. Hope you're ready for some hot seats. I'm sure with these topics, we'll get that. I'm a Canelo fan, but I want to see it. Now, see, shout out to you who just put that, Zayn. There's nothing wrong with being a fan of a fighter or liking a person's fighting style, yet still wanting to see another good fight. So shout out to the real people. I think Charlo and Canelo, or Triple G versus Canelo, Triple G versus Charlo, these are awesome fights. I mean, what's the deal? What's the problem? Love you, man. You're my favorite boxing YouTuber. Appreciate that, man. Much love to all the support. 2018, we got to keep it rocking. Ego's Army. I told you, you know what it is. Ego Army. We are the mob. Money on top of mob. Money on top of boxing. You already know what it is. The Mafia. Gang, gang. I'm a fan of both, but the winner needs to fight Charlo. Absolutely. Or as Floyd Mayweather would say, abso-fucking-lutely. Thanks, Ego. I'm always keeping it real. I'm a big fan. Shout out to you. What's good with them hats? Oh, hats coming soon. You know I've been working in my downtime. What's up? It's been a minute. Some of y'all keep seeing that. You must have missed. I've done some live streams. I know I took a little break from the live stream action, but I've been doing some. This is not my first one back. But in case it's your first time here, thank you. You're far too kind. I told y'all gotta get your pH balance right with this alkaline water, man. H2O, the best stuff for you, the best stuff on earth. Jabbing the like button. Shout out to you. That alkaline, yeah. Okay, we working. Time to go Ego Valley on this topic. Maybe, depends. See, Ego Valley's like the Incredible Hulk. You won't like me when I'm angry. Sometimes it just comes out and I can't even control it. It just raw, and then Ego Valley just appears. Hey yo, what's up? What's Gucci? Yo, let's do a roll call. We got some people in here, and I just feel like starting. So, Boxing Ego roll call. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Yo, where y'all at? Where y'all from? City, state, zip. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? I need to know where y'all from. Vegas, 702. Frisco, California, my backyard. Hit the like button, motherfuckers. Exactly. Vegas up in here, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Montreal, Canada, Mobile, Alabama, York, PA, New York, Tyler, Texas, DMV 623, Fresno, KCMO, Kansas City, Missouri, Pasadena, Minneapolis, St. Petersburg, Florida, Fort Worth, Texas, San Jose. Man, San Jose got some good food places. I gotta go back up, drive up to San Jose. UK, Leeds, Harrisburg, PA, Chicago, Columbus, Toronto, London, England, Natomas, Utah, Philly, home of the Super Bowl champions, baby. Bird Gang. Damn, them Eagles was flying. Anchorage, Alaska, La Puente, California, South Carolina, Houston, Texas, downtown LA. Hello from Russia. Do you only drink water? What about some vodka in the morning? Yeah, I mean, I drink socially, but I don't drink vodka in the morning. I'm not Ivan Drago, I must break you. Yeah, I don't do that. Vodka, I usually be thirsty in the morning, so alcohol dehydrates you. So I don't drink alcohol in the morning usually, unless I'm on like some kind of cabin trip or vacation or some shit. Washington State, Windsor, Ontario, Canada, Fort Myers, Florida, Richmond, VA. Yeah. Hit the like button, man. I dropped some interviews with Joey Spence Jr. Support the young man. 17 years old, about to turn pro on the Garcia versus Rios card. I'm really happy for him and his family. His family have done a lot to just embrace me. And I just want you guys to be turned on to the young talent. So shout out to the Spencers, Mikhail, Joey. Check out his pro debut. Shout out to Phoenix, Arizona, Seattle, Washington. And I'm telling you, man, 2018, like Keith Thurman said, this is the get back year. Not that we went anywhere, we killed it. Boxing Ego as a staff, as a record label, and as a motherfucking crew, we killed it. I became verified last year, over 100,000 last year on the channel. The Instagram grew. Put some work on the website, man. I covered probably more fights than I've ever covered. So, young credentials, man. I need y'all support. People who've been rocking with me, smash the like button, even on regular videos, especially like the up and comers like Joey Spence and stuff like that. You got the Joey Spencers. Make sure you guys engage, leave comments, all that good stuff. That helps grow the channel, and it helps me obviously because I get to do more. The more engagement the channel has, the better it is for the channel and the growth, get to the next level. So keep up the hard work. We are here for it. Yeah, appreciate you. It's Spencer with the R. It's not like Spence, not like Errol Spence. Joey Spencer. But yeah, man, boxing's in a good place. I just had some yogurt. Man, my allergies been killing me. Yeah, the Spencer brothers, they're dope. And see, the thing I like is like Joey got a Canelo type of mentality where it's like I'm not just saying that, but he's like Canelo in the sense of sometimes you forget how old the person you're talking to is because like he's only 17. I'm like, damn, like this dude, you know what I'm saying? Like some people are still in high school and stuff at age 17. And when I talk to him about boxing, like where his mind is at, like this is really what he lives for. You know what I mean? Because he can really break down fights and not even just boxing. We've talked about life and just different stuff, and you forget he's 17. So it's really humbling actually to be around people like that. You know what I mean? There's different personality types in this boxing game, and that's kind of what it requires. You got people who are humble and you know what I mean, just do their stuff in the ring. Then you got Broner who's like, fuck you, mom and dad. And then 2 days later, he's like, I love you, mom and dad. So it's all good. Man, let's talk about it. Y'all ready to go in? Okay. Listen, I made a video too, man. Charlo, see, the boxing, I'm so sick and tired of being sick and tired. His younger brother is a beast too. Yes, definitely. Shout out to Mikhail. We working. But listen, man, I'm getting sick of boxing fans, to be honest. Like, so if you see me and then I'm just like, I'm never too good for people, like, especially if you catch me at a fight, but if you see me responding less and less to comments, you'll know why. It's just because I don't have time for like bullshit and little games, and it's disappointing to be a boxing fan, you know what I mean? When you hear what some of the boxing fans say, I really feel like that. It's just like, where are our nuts at as boxing fans, you know what I mean? And if you're a girl, where your coochie at? Like, whatever. Like, boxing fans are the only fans in sports that really don't know what they're worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't feel like they appreciate their worth. They don't know how much power we have. Like, you know, if Mayweather and Pacquiao, we could have shut that shit down a long time ago. What I mean is, like 50 Cent said, what I mean is if fans really wanted to see Mayweather and Pacquiao and they were having this pissing contest and this Cold War bullshit and Showtime and HBO having this battle and shit, we could have shut it down because we hit him where it hurts. If people would have stopped supporting Floyd's fights, stopped supporting Pacquiao's fights, like really, and the ticket sales were drastically dropping. I mean, that's what it is. Like I heard H&M is closing. I don't remember how many, 1,700, 700, something like that. But I heard, no, or 170 maybe. 1,700 is a lot. I think it was 170 stores, and it was because of that, allegedly because of that the coolest monkey in the jungle shirt, that plus low online sales. So H&M is that hurt him. You know what I mean? That coolest monkey shit. That's what I'm saying. Hit him where it hurts. If you felt some type of way about that and you thought that was wrong, then that's how you affect them. Now they're closing 170 stores as a result. I mean, boxing is the same way. These boxing promoters and the greediest of greedy people, you know what I mean, trainer, whoever, they can't do nothing if the patrons and the consumer puts their foot down. You know what I'm saying? If we demand top quality fights, then and they don't deliver it, and then we hit them where it hurts, then that's gonna affect them. But the thing is, boxing fans are so loyal. When it's some bullshit, we still watch it. Like Danny Garcia fights Rod Salco, we all watched it just to see. You know what I mean? Just because there's no other fights on or whatever. So that's how they always keep winning and don't have to give us these fights that we want. You know what I mean? So that's just it. And then on top of that, I hate this era of boxing fans where all of a sudden boxing fans are promoters now. They put their promoter hat on, but they're not promoters. They're not getting a cut of the money. They're not contacting the venue to book it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you have such a vested interest in not seeing a great fight? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, that's crazy to me. So anyway, to focus this in on a particular subject, Jermall Charlo is doing what boxing fans say they like. He is doing that. Whether you think he's a big star, whether you think he's a great sell in boxing, if you think he'll lose to Triple G and Canelo, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is from the outward appearance of things. What he is doing is what people, the fans, say they want. You know what I'm saying? If Gervonta Tank Davis or his team says things that doesn't sound like they want to fight Lomachenko, what do the fans do? The fans get mad. They say he's a duck. They say you don't want to fight this guy, right? So Jermall Charlo is clearly doing the opposite of that. He's calling for the big dogs, and he's in a position where he should be able to fight one of them if he beats Hugo Centeno Jr. You know what I mean? And you got fans who are making excuses. I'm gonna show y'all something. We gotta get the likes up, man. Smash the like button. Y'all sleeping on the job. Y'all listening. Y'all leaving comments, but y'all sleeping on the likes. Smash the like button so we can keep this cracking. I don't understand how the WBC ordered Charlo to fight Centeno for the interim belt when Jacobs is ranked higher than Centeno. Well, I can answer that for you. You're lying. I just looked at the WBC rankings, and Daniel Jacobs was not in front of Centeno Jr. I don't know how they come up with the rankings, but he's not. So what you just said was completely and utterly false. So that's why you don't understand it. You're like, oh, I don't understand that. Jacobs is not listed over, at least with the WBC. I don't know about the WBA because he had that belt, or IBF. I'm talking about with the WBC. I've looked at the WBC's rankings in December, January, and February, and at no point was Jacobs ahead of the Hugo Centeno. They've been the number 1 and 2 seeds or whatever. So that's why you don't understand it, because it's not true what you just said. Any more questions? Again, I'm not saying Jacobs should be behind. This is not what I'm saying. I don't know about how they come up with the rankings. I'm just talking about what was on their piece of paper on their website, and it said that Hugo Centeno was the next man in line. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, back to the subject at hand. Charlo is in a position where he should be able to fight for the winner. And listen, the best thing about new media, and at least what I perceive, the way I think, is because I'm willing to look at things from your perspective. You're like, I'm willing to put the shoe on or whatever, Freaky Friday, reverse roles, and the shit still doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does not make sense for all these people kicking and screaming and pleading on how a Jermall Charlo fight makes absolutely no sense for Golovkin when Golovkin was out there fighting guys the caliber of Dominique Wade. And the only reason you could really justify the Dominique Wade fight was he was the IBF mandatory. That is literally the only real sticking or selling point for why that fight could or should have happened when it happened. And people are like, oh, what part of mandatory don't you fucking understand? So again, if Jermall Charlo beats Hugo Centeno, once again, he'll be the mandatory for Golovkin Canelo winner. And now all of a sudden, nobody cares about mandatories anymore. You know, fuck mandatories. You know what I mean? Like, let's say it's all the politics, even with the fans. Like, let's say Floyd Mayweather, you detest him. You don't like Floyd Mayweather, and he has a tough mandatory, Edeslani Lara or Keith Thurman. Then you'll get angry, like, oh, why doesn't Floyd fight his mandatory? Just because you think those guys could give him a tough fight and or beat him. But when Floyd's mandatory is Robert Guerrero, a guy that you don't think will be able to beat Floyd, right? Right? When you think he won't be able to beat Floyd, then all of a sudden, now you don't like the mandatory positioning. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense to me. So all of a sudden, Dominique Wade was a great fight because he was a mandatory, but the Jermall Charlo fight, if he beats Centeno, he's the mandatory. That makes absolutely no sense. You know what I'm saying? And that's the politics, the fans, promoters, trainers, that's the games they play. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what's in it for us? Why should we fight Jermall Charlo? Because he's a good fighter, and it'll definitely prove where your fighter is at. You know what I'm saying? That's why. You know what I mean? But people omit that. People omit that. Oh my gosh, Alberto Ramirez. I just looked at the rankings. I was right. Well, then Jacobs was probably occupied with his last fight or something. If he's ranked higher than Hugo Centeno, and this is we're talking about current rankings or whatever. I don't know. I remember looking, I thought it was in December or January. Maybe I'm mistaken, but either way, maybe Jacobs had a fight. Do you feel better now? Good job. You did it. You saved the day, Alberto. Anyway, back to what I was saying with the whole Charlo situation. Now it's a million excuses because the A-side celebrated fighter is now in a position where it's always when it's a threat. It's always when it's a threat. If we're talking about fighter A-side fighter fighting a scrub or a bum, you never ever see complaints. Like when Triple G was knocking out random people that a lot of people didn't, I would see comments, like even like racially motivated comments, like, yeah, Golovkin destroying all you blacks. All the blacks are getting knocked out. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know who the blacks are. You don't even know what Dominique Wade is known for. You don't know his pedigree. You don't know his last fight. You don't care. You're just happy that Triple G is winning and Triple G is knocking out all the blacks, and you know what I mean, all these dumbass comments. So why doesn't he knock out all the blacks with Jermall Charlo? You know what I'm saying? For those same people who are putting shit like that. Yeah, Triple G's destroying all you blacks, all the blacks, man. All the blacks are getting annihilated. Triple G's killing them all. Okay, then he should kill Jermall Charlo, who's calling him out, who's one fight away from being his mandatory yet again through the WBC. So kill this black, since that's what y'all was saying. But now all of a sudden, you know Dominic, you don't know Dominique Wade. You know Charlo. You know what I mean? And you rate Charlo probably higher than where Wade was when Golovkin fought him. So that's why you see all these comments, Triple G's killing all the blacks. He's the black killer. Okay, let him be the black killer. That's fine. Let him be the black killer with Jermall Charlo or Jacobs in the rematch. Give us some closure. And it's funny to me, if Golovkin didn't get the Canelo rematch, like let's say Canelo fucked around and fought Billy Joe Saunders, people will call Canelo a duck. So Golovkin got to get his immediate rematch when there's questions on who won, right? But when Jacobs had a close fight, it's just like, no, he already beat him. Move on with your career. Why does he get to move on? Why does Lomachenko get to move on without rematching Salido? Why can't Floyd move on? Oh, he got the decision over Maidana. Fuck him. Like, you know what I mean? Move on and fight somebody else. He had to do that. Why doesn't Ward get to just move on after Kovalev? He has to give the fans closure. When Ward talked about retirement after the Kovalev first fight, people flipped the lid and damn near lost their fucking money. Yeah, casually bad. You what you're saying sounds stupid because you're playing semantics with me. And I'm telling you, I'm not really the one. Like, you could be in the hot seat if you want. You're saying because Salido ain't much anymore. Yeah, after fucking war after war, he might not be much anymore now. But when he fought, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when he fought against Lomachenko. That was like 2014. Why didn't Lomachenko do an immediate rematch in 2014? Not after fighting Rocky Martinez in a rematch, Francisco Vargas, Mickey Roman in all these wars. I'm talking about why didn't he do it immediately? And then it wouldn't have been a washed up Salido or whatever. So stop playing with me. You know what I'm talking about. Shout out to Dalton Judge, man. He kicked off the Super Chat gang. I tell y'all them yellow and orange ones, if it looks like Sunny Delight bottles and pumpkins, then that's how you know it's a real Super Chat. Shout out to Dalton Judge. He says, I was watching DBN and a caller from the UK called and asked, even though he and you caller specifically said you always stand up for black fighters, why don't they give y'all the same support, such as exclusives? Thoughts? I'm not sure. I didn't see that particular interview, and I mean that's really a question for whoever the fighters are. You know what I mean? That you would have to ask the fighter. I mean, I'm down to work with anybody. I don't duck or dodge, or you know what I mean. I'm a cool dude, so I'm down to work with anybody. I can't really speak to somebody, but maybe they view certain people as like true media or something. I mean, I don't know. I can't. I would be fishing all day trying to find out why people think that way. You know what I mean? Maybe they have established a relationship. Because there's like for me, I could speak to myself. I haven't been in the game as long as people. You know what I mean? Some people. I've been in the game for a cool minute compared to like newbies, but I haven't been in the game like Fight Hype and Ellie Sekback levels of time. You know what I mean? Like Ellie was doing his thing with the Lakers and shit like in '96. You know what I'm saying? So like I wasn't even thinking about like reporting or anything back then. So you know what I mean? They could have established relationships with fighters well before I was doing this. Like I wasn't even like Andre Ward. I lived out here, but I wasn't covering boxing when he fought Chad Dawson. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm telling y'all, I gotta fuck with this alkaline water, man. Goes down smooth. But anyway, back to this Charlo thing. I'm not gonna let up. He's doing what y'all say, what the fans say they want, making firm call. Like he's like Canelo. You're not getting any younger. I'm only getting better, only getting stronger, more confident. Triple G, I want to fight you. You say you're the best. I'll say I'm the best. Let's settle it. It's direct. It's to the point. And then people make excuses. What has he ever done? What has he done to deserve this? You scared. Just that's all you have to say. Just say you scared. I'm talking about the fans. I'm gonna show y'all. Man. I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all want to see a dead body? Y'all want to see fear? Y'all want to? If y'all want to see fear live and direct, can I get a hell yeah? If you want to see what fear looks like from a fan, put hell yeah in the comment section. Can I get a hell yeah? That's all you have to do. And I'm going to show y'all fear. I'm going to show y'all what fear looks like. So I made a video about Charlo and Canelo. It's really just about what Charlo said, calling out Canelo. He says, I'm only getting stronger, you're only getting older, and I want to fight you, basically. Yeah, I'm going to show y'all the fear. So look at this. If you see him, tell him I'm looking for him in the hot seat. Felipe Salas, we looking for you. You're going to have to put a shirt on and get burned up in the hot seat. This is his response. There's always a business side to this sport. See how all of a sudden, now it's back to the business side? But check this. Look. And he got 18 likes on it or whatever. Just listen. Pay-per-view numbers needs big numbers. Canelo is mostly pay-per-view, and if Charlo can't help make numbers, then Canelo looks bad. Come on, bro. You should know better than that shit. Shaking my head. So you see what Felipe is talking about. See, this is how I do him in the hot seat. And I responded to him. You're full of shit, but since you're the king of business side, answer this. Canelo fought Liam Smith in Texas and had a turnout of 51,000 and whatever pay-per-view numbers. Jermall Charlo is an undefeated, respected fighter who him and his brother have been giving us recent highlight reel knockouts, and he's from Texas. So if Canelo fought Charlo in Texas, do you feel the Liam Smith fight would still have better pay-per-view numbers than if he fought Charlo? Hashtag checkmate. So let me break this down so without reading a comment. What dude is trying to say is there's no reason for Canelo to fight against Jermall Charlo, who's in his division, who's a threat, who's in shape, who's a couple months from his age, who will be a good fight, who's from Texas, where Canelo is grossly popular, being a Mexican fighter with a high, dense Mexican-American, Hispanic population in Texas in the different parts. And he's trying to say Charlo doesn't contribute to pay-per-view numbers, so fuck that. Why should he fight him? And I told you guys earlier, this is the problem with boxing fans. I'm willing to listen to your point, even if it's some bullshit, and then using your logic, apply what you're saying. And it still doesn't make sense. For example, how can Amir Khan, a welterweight who only had 2 fights at welterweight, he's just doing great, and he's never been on pay-per-view as a main event that I remember, right? And Canelo pulling him up in weight, even though most people didn't give Khan a shot to beat the bigger Canelo. And we've seen he couldn't beat the bigger Canelo, and he got knocked out with 1 punch. That's just doing great numbers. You know what I mean? Liam Smith, who was a champion through a vacant belt that no one in the States really had even heard of, they put the fight in Texas, and that could do numbers, but Charlo is just a horrible option. It just, like I said, even using your logic, when people say stupid shit like that, it still doesn't make sense. So he can stack the house with 51,000 people with a no-namer like Liam Smith, but a guy who's from Texas, who him and his brother fight and have a gym out of Texas, and he's undefeated, again, about the same age, more known in the States, has been a co-main event on several recent PBC fights. You've probably seen either him or his brother knock people out in their recent fights. That's just horrible. That's just a horrible option, and it doesn't present any logistical numbers for Canelo. That's bullshit. Shout out to Dalton Judge, another super chat, $5. He said, by the way, Ego Regis' last name is pronounced Pro-Gay. Oh, Pro-Gray. LOL. He's the best at 140. Postal doesn't want the fight. He's been BSing since September. Okay. I didn't know how to pronounce his. But no, I wasn't trying to roast by the Pro-Gay. I really thought it said Pro-Gay on the super chat. I wasn't trying to clown or nothing. But yeah, I like Regis Pro-Gray. Yeah, it doesn't seem like Victor Postal wants to fight. You know what I'm saying? Conveniently, he got pulled out with a hand injury. At least Sergey Lipinets showed his little hand looking like an udder on a picture. I ain't seen no pictures of no Iceman Postal's fucking hand. So yeah, he might be faking the funk. Show us that picture, man. Like when Keith Thurman got in a car accident. Where are the pictures, man? Show me something. I think he showed a picture of a car or something, but I'm trying to see you in the car with your neck twisted, like just to prove it, man. You messing up a big fight. But yeah, man. Just excuse after excuse to not fight. For certain fighters not to fight. Charlo doesn't deserve it. Charlo, what has he done? You know what I'm saying? Bottom line is I would respect it. Ego, it was okay when Floyd did it. 100. The fact that you had to put 100 at the end of your own question, that's how I know you can't beat me at this. I don't know what you're trying to imply, Luis Gama. But when Floyd did what? Like, listen, I'm gonna say this right now. Unless you've accomplished what the fuck Floyd Mayweather's accomplished in his whole career, stop bringing up Floyd as this comparison. Unless you've done what he's done, then I don't want to hear no comparison to Floyd. If your resume is equal to his or better, if you went to the Olympics, if you know what I'm saying, if you've done what he's done, accomplished, if you've done the livest gates and you have all the pay-per-view records and all this shit, then we can talk. But if you haven't accomplished those things, if you don't have multiple million plus pay-per-views, stop comparing him. Because see, this was wrong with boxing. People want it to be equal. And it's not equal if motherfuckers ain't did equal shit. How is it equal if you haven't accomplished equal feats? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you have not, like, half of these boxers have never sold 1 million plus pay-per-view buys. A lot of them haven't even been on pay-per-view as a headliner. So what the fuck is the Floyd comparison? Why are we comparing Floyd, who came in an era where pay-per-view was a thing, and he has multiple numbers and some of the highest numbers in record-setting numbers in pay-per-view. So don't tell me, whoa, Keith Thurman, he should be able to pick his fights because Keith Thurman ain't done what Floyd's done. Yeah, but see, now that you're getting roasted, now you're trying to play dumb. Luis, he says, I asked you a question, buddy. Yeah, but you also asked a question and you also put 100. And then your question was stupid anyway, because what you're saying, but it was okay when Floyd did it. We're not talking about Floyd. Nobody was saying anything about Floyd, and you randomly brought him up. So I understand where you're trying to misdirect the conversation. But again, to answer your question, don't tell me about Floyd unless you've done what Floyd has done. Canelo hasn't. Canelo got dog walked by Floyd Mayweather when he was 13 years younger. He was 13 years younger than Floyd Mayweather and got dog walked after calling him out. See, now your true colors is coming out. Come all the way out the closet, Luis. Just like gay people, come out the closet. Canelo has multiple pay-per-view numbers. Canelo does not have the level of pay-per-view numbers that Floyd Mayweather has. Name a Canelo pay-per-view that did better than Floyd Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Oh wait, okay. Name a pay-per-view that Canelo did that did better than Floyd versus Conor McGregor. Oh, I'll wait. Right? Canelo's best pay-per-view number to date was his fight with Floyd Mayweather. Let's be clear. And I know that off the top of my head. Not in it, from Golovkin to Cotto to Angulo to Lara, none of those fights did better than his fight with Floyd Mayweather in terms of pay-per-view, in-home viewership, and buys, right? Cotto didn't even do 1 million. It did just under. It did like 900 and change or some shit. Golovkin, I don't know what the fuck it did. I think it did like 1.3 or some shit. So stop it. And then the Angulo and Lara fights, that did under 400,000, like 375 to 475 or something. The Liam Smith and Amir Khans didn't do no crazy numbers either. So once again, how can you fight Liam Smith but Charlo's out of the question? If Canelo can produce numbers that Golden Boy is okay with a Liam Smith, You mean to tell me that a Charlo fight would be pathetic numbers compared to that? Shout out to J-Dog, man, my shooter. He said they scared. I mean, it's obvious. The fans are fucking terrified. They're terrified. Period. Because there's no way you can make it make sense where you're going to say that Canelo versus Charlo would be egregious in terms of pay-per-view numbers, but Canelo versus Liam Smith, that's all that. That's all that. Everybody's been begging to see that fight. Like, get out of here. All right, Luis, you're about to get blocked. Canelo is 26. Actually, he's 27. How are you a groupie for a fighter and I know more about the fighter than you? He's not 26. He's 27, and so is Jermall Charlo. What does Canelo's age have to do with anything? You know what I'm saying? Again, you're a groupie for a fighter and you don't even know the facts. Y'all gotta stop playing with me, man. You know what I mean? If you're in love with Canelo, that's cool. Send him a pen pal message or whatever. I'm talking straight boxing. If you're not trying to act accordingly and talk straight boxing, you're a stan, then be that. Just go to Canelo's page and blow him kisses or whatever you're trying to do. I'm trying to talk boxing. But anyway, who else sells pay-per-views? Okay, so listen. Canelo's the biggest star with Floyd Mayweather being retired. Him or Anthony Joshua. Cool, I'll give you that. So fight fucking Jermall Charlo, because no matter who you fight, if you're an A side, then you can generate numbers, right? See, either way, you're trapped. That's what you guys don't understand. The people who say this crazy stuff that you're saying, you're trapped either way. You're saying, oh, Canelo, he's doing great numbers and he's only 27. He's the huge big star. Okay, if he's a big star, then it don't matter who he brings in there. He's going to at least do decent numbers. So fight Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Cortez says Canelo beats Charlo. It's funny, a lot of people going against me right now have Hispanic or Latin usernames. You know what I'm saying? Cortez and Luis. Like, the only people like that I'm seeing right now that are going against me all have kind of Hispanic names. That's kind of funny, kind of coincidental. Yo, Canelo beats Charlo. Maybe he does. Let me see the shit. That's what it's that simple. Let me watch that. Let me see this unfold. Like, there's nothing to talk about. You could talk about, oh, Canelo destroys Jacobs and destroys Charlo. He didn't destroy Golovkin, so let me see. Let me see it. Is that simple? I'm not going against you, bruh. Chill, it's my opinion. That's cool, it's your opinion, but my opinion is this. Let's see it. Maybe Canelo could beat Charlo. I don't care. I like Canelo. If he beats Charlo, I'll give him mad props. But let's see it. There's really nothing to talk about. This is what's wrong with boxing. We can get up on here and go back and forth. Like, listen, this is the problem. I'm gonna tell y'all what the problem with boxing is. This is not like Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson, some shit we can't see. Like, where you just have to assume, and oh, what if they both met when they were both in their prime and at the same weight? Roy Jones versus Marvin Hagler. That's some fantasy shit that really can never happen, right? Canelo is an active fighter. Charlo is an active fighter. Charlo's calling out active Canelo. Active Charlo has a fight that's going to put him in a position to be a #1 mandatory with the WBC. That's something that should and could actually happen if they wanted it to. You know what I'm saying? This is not Roy Jones versus Golovkin or Hagler or some fantasy shit. This is what's wrong with boxing. Ego, I like Charlo. I'm a twin myself. That's cool. But Canelo has bigger fish to fry. But see, I'm not buying that, because he could have fought either Charlo at 54. He could have fought one of the Charlos in a whole nother weight class they were in. Jermall or Jermall. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is a whole nother division where only one of the brothers is currently at, and he could fight him now. Like, you talking about he has bigger fish to fry. Who's the bigger fish? Billy Joe Saunders? It's not looking good for these fans, man. I'm telling you that straight up. And especially with Canelo refusing the WBC belt, it's not looking good, because what you can fight Billy Joe Saunders for a title, but you'll never be undisputed if you're not accepting one of the most prestigious belts, which is the green belt, the WBC belt. So it's not like you're chasing undisputed, because you don't even want to win or lose, or even if you win, you don't even want to accept the WBC. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like Canelo's like, oh, I'm doing this for all the belts and to be undisputed. Because if that was the case, then why would you possibly beat Golovkin and tell the world you're not accepting the WBC belt? The bigger fish for Canelo fans is the Hebrew Hammer. Hey, you gotta chill with that. That's funny. He looked terrible in his last fight, the Hebrew Hammer dude. Yeah, so it's just crazy. Just listen to the excuses that are made. It's crazy. And this is what they do. I guess they're trying to create a new black murderers row. So Charlo's pressing Canelo and Golovkin. He's entertained the idea of fighting Daniel Jacobs at a point in time, but he's really, from what I've seen in interviews and media days and shit, he's really targeted the bigger names, Canelo and Triple G. He's targeted those fights. He's not really mentioning Daniel Jacobs as much, right? Even though he has mentioned him in the past. What did the fans say? Oh, fight Daniel Jacobs. So why the blacks got to fight? You know what I'm saying? Like, why does Charlo got to fight Daniel Jacobs? Why can't he fight Triple G, and then if he wins, then fight Jacobs? Or even if he loses, fight Jacobs? Do you get what I'm saying? They want them to off each other, because they know Jacobs is good, they know Charlo's good, and it's the lesser of two evils. They don't want their show dog in a compromising or dangerous fight. So what they do is, yeah, Charlo fight Jacobs. That sounds good to me. You know what I mean? Like, put it this way. If Canelo was still at 154 with all these guys, they would want Jared Swift Hurd to fight Edeslandi Lara and Jermall Charlo to fight Hurd, Lara winner, before Canelo. You know what I mean? They wouldn't be pressing Canelo to fight Jermall Charlo, because that's the fans. That's who they want to protect, or whatever they think they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's the lesser of two evils. Lara fight Hurd, and then Charlo fight the winner, and then Canelo can fight Amir Khan, and he can fight Liam Smith, and maybe Saddam Ali, maybe. And a guy who's not even a true 154-pounder. Dark Sage. Nobody cares what you're talking about. Who are you? Nobody knows you. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about Canelo beats Charlo easy, though. That's your personal opinion. That's your personal opinion. We don't even know who you are. It's not like you're this Max Kellerman of boxing, so we just all have to know. And we've heard several of your opinions that came true. That's your opinion. If you think Canelo beats Charlo easy, fine. But that not everyone believes that. We'll do it. Let's do a vote. Let's do a vote right now. If Canelo beats Charlo easy, just type easy. Just type the word easy. If you think that Canelo beats Charlo easy, put easy, just easy. And I might call on one of you guys for the hot seat. Y'all talking about easy. Who the fuck has Canelo even beat easy? Like, see, now you're gonna turn it to some other shit. Because now y'all just saying stupid shit. And then this is where I become a bad guy. And now y'all, a week ago, when I told y'all I was picking Canelo to beat Golovkin, I'm the Canelo lover and the Canelo dick rider. Now y'all saying crazy shit. So now I'm gonna be the Canelo hater or whatever you guys say. So, I mean, it comes with the territory. But once again, who has Canelo even beat easy? That was a top level name. That was a top level name with some momentum, which I wouldn't consider James Kirkland a top level name with momentum, because he was on a long layoff and shit. He'll get touched by Nello and rocked. That's your opinion. See, you're doing too much talking about he beats him. See, I would respect this. Is why I don't talk boxing with a lot of you, because a lot of y'all say clown shit. I would respect you more if you said Canelo beats Charlo and just left it at that. But you said he beats him easy. Like easy? Really? Did he? Would anyone? Did he beat Cotto easy? I wouldn't even say the Cotto fight was easy. I thought he convincingly beat Cotto, but I wouldn't say he did it just. It's a. Did he? Okay, Mayweather versus Conor McGregor or Canelo, that looked pretty easy. Canelo versus Cotto didn't look that easy to me. You talking about he beats easy? I don't think he beat Trout easy. I thought that was a competitive fight until the open scoring. See, that's what I'm saying. But either way, we could do this all day. Push for the fight. See, listen, this is how you know, like, I told you, y'all gonna turn me back to Ego Ali. I'm ready to back up every word I'm saying. I'm ready to back up every word I'm saying. Like, Ego Ali is back in the building. Rumble, young man, rumble. Right? I'll back up every word I'm saying. The same motherfuckers that talking all this, oh, Charlo will get rocked and destroyed and beat easy, are the same motherfuckers who's not pushing for the fight. So if Charlo's gonna get rocked and socked and popped and dropped and all that, pop, lock, and drop, if all that's gonna happen to him, why are you not pushing for the fight? Why are you guys making excuses for the fight not to happen? That's how we know how full of shit you are. Because you should be pushing for the fight. Canelo will get instant gratification for knocking out Charlo, which has never been done as a pro that we know about or whatever. Charlo was a former champion. He's definitely going to be bigger than Canelo in terms of like his height, probably maybe even mass. He's built, you know what I'm saying? So if it's that easy, this is what you guys always do. This is what you guys always do. You talk about how these fights are so easy, but don't want to see them. Makes no sense at all. My shooter said, Dark Sage, you're an idiot. Didn't you not see? Oh man, I couldn't. You deleted it. Man, y'all crazy. Again, if Golovkin or Canelo beats Charlo that easily, then do it. Do it. If it's that easy, do it. Like, you guys act like there's nothing else to talk about at that rate. Like, get it out the way and do it. And then, like, why are we talking about Jermall Charlo's numbers and shit? Oh, Charlo doesn't put out any numbers. Who cares? It'll be an easy victory for Canelo. Canelo's a star, so he's always going to get a certain amount of pay for his fights with a name person. You know what I mean? So let's see it. Simple. But the fact is, you guys say it, but don't want to see it. And the funny thing is, the way y'all talk as fans, y'all talk more confident. Y'all talk more confident than Abel Sanchez and the Reynosos and stuff. Like, they're not even saying this stuff. Like, I never once heard Abel Sanchez say Golovkin beats Charlo easy. I never heard Chepo Reynoso or Eddie Reynoso say Canelo will whoop Charlo's candy ass. I never seen that, but that's what y'all saying in the comment section. So we know you're lying, because why aren't the trainers of these fighters, who they're definitely probably going to be confident of their fighter and know what their fighter's capable of doing, they're not even talking like that? Why doesn't Abel Sanchez, instead of say, when he's doing an interview with Dante's Boxing Nation, instead of saying who is Charlo fought, who is he beat, he has to prove himself, he doesn't make financial sense, right? Why doesn't he say Golovkin will destroy Charlo and the shit y'all are saying? Why doesn't Chepo Reynoso, when he's done singing, why doesn't he say that Canelo will rock Charlo? You know what I'm saying? They don't even, Canelo's team, I don't even see them really act like Charlo exists. I don't even see them, do you know what I'm saying? I don't really even see them like mention him. Like, it's definitely in a bad way I don't see them mention him. So it's like, what are y'all really saying though? So again, That's why Floyd got some quotables, and one of them is, they can't fight for you. The fans can't fight for you. The fans be about it. You know what I mean? In them comment sections, they be like, "Oh, Canelo would destroy him. He'll murder and obliterate. He'll beat him to smithereens." But that's not what the camps are saying. All right, Jason, since you keep trying to put me on the spot, here. I got a deal for you. I will answer your question, but you got to answer my questions in the hot seat. And you know what happens in the hot seat. You get blocked. So we'll see who has a bet. If you really want to keep trying to press that issue, we'll settle it in the hot seat. How about that? And I'll answer your question, and then we'll see who has the better argument. So you let me know if you want to do that in a reasonable amount of time. Okay, yeah, I'm ready. Okay, so his question to me is, answer it, ego. Why don't Charlo face Jacobs? Now, I've already told you, Charlo versus Jacobs is a good stylistic fight. They're top guys at middleweight. However, since everybody wants to talk about Charlo don't sell and what's right for business, how's this for business? Charlo is on the WBC fast track. He's in the WBC route to get a champion with the WBC, which happens to be either the Canelo or Triple G winner. A lot of people said Triple G won the first fight, so there's definitely a possibility that Triple G wins the second fight. So why would Charlo, because all these guys are on HBO, from Jacobs to Canelo to Golovkin, they're all on HBO, so to fight any of them, they would have to figure that part out. Is Charlo coming to HBO or whatever, right? So if he's en route to get a championship and he has a place, all he has to do is get past Hugo Centeno Jr. and this second eliminator, why would he just, in the midst of all of that, jump out of line to go fight Daniel Jacobs, who lost to one of the fighters, Golovkin, who has no belt and has been stopped before, versus Canelo's never been stopped, he only has one loss, Golovkin is undefeated, and if he stays that way, he'll retain all of his belts, and Golovkin has a win technically over Daniel Jacobs. So why would Charlo be pressing for the Jacobs fight more than a fight with Canelo or Triple G? Then now I answered you intelligently, so let's see your answer. Why should he pursue the guy who lost to Golovkin, the guy who has two losses, more than both Golovkin and Canelo, and the guy who has no belt? And Daniel Jacobs is my dude. That's not a knock. Those are all factual things. I know Jacobs personally. He's my dude. But he doesn't have a belt right now. So why would he jump out of line? And then again, he's on track to be the mandatory for the WBC. And I'm waiting. Someone said block him now. This is what they do. Name a top 5 opponent that Charlo has faced at 160. That's how you know when you got your candy ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? When you don't answer any of my questions after I just intelligently explained you, and then you just switched and start asking me questions again. I told you, I have no problem. See, this is what I'm about my word. You know what I mean? I'm a man of my word. I said I will answer your question. All you have to do is answer my question. And then you said, okay, I'm in. And then I answer your question in front of everybody, and then you ask me another question. That's not how this game works. It's a debate. I say my piece, you say your piece. Everybody get your shovels, man. What y'all want to? Y'all want to bury this dude? You want to cremate him? You know what I mean? This is some easy ass work. I'm just gonna drink my alkaline water while I wait for him to think of some bullshit. See, I told y'all to stop calling me out. I let a lot of y'all, I seen you kept, someone said pussy. I seen that you had already called me out and like kept asking the question. I'm telling you, this is not what you really want. You don't want to go against the dawn if you don't got all your facts straight. So like, you guys should at least think of the point you're trying to make and see if it makes sense. So I asked you a question and responded. Tell me how it makes sense to jump off of the WBC track in order to fight one of these other guys that Golovkin already beat who has no belt anymore because Golovkin beat him. Charlo's a mandatory, don't get me wrong. Okay, we know that, but it's political. He's faced nobody and he gets a title shot. That you didn't even answer my question. Listen, everybody get your shovels or cremate him. We'll decide. Get your lighters or get your shovels, because this is going to be an easy one. You're still not even answering my question. My question to you is, you're like fluffing around the issue. My question to you is, why would he leave the track? Like, let's say you're hiking and you're on a certain trail to get to where you need to be. Let's say the end result is this nice beachfront, right? And you're on the trail and all the signs point to this way to get to the beach, right? Why are you gonna all of a sudden detour and go up the mountain and around the corner and stuff and go this whole scenic route to get to where you're already trying to go? You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense, especially if it's going to be more like in the hiking situation, more struggle and strife or less worth it. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying the Jacobs fight wouldn't be good, but he doesn't have a belt, you know, and he doesn't have a name quite as big as Canelo or Triple G. So all in all, he has a lot more. Charlo has much more. And listen, listen, y'all might have to start calling me the butcher, man. I'm butchering these boys. There's so many different ways to kill these dudes. Here's another point, and tell me if this makes sense to you guys. Ego, say no more. He dead. No, I gotta beat a dead horse with this. Tell me if this makes sense to you. The same people like him are complaining that Charlo doesn't have any names that they like, any names that resonate with him. So what better way to get a name on your resume than to get two top names in the resume like Canelo Alvarez or Daniel Jacobs? I mean, or Triple G. You know what I'm saying? So if Charlo's resume is not adequate enough for you, beating Canelo would definitely enhance that. Beating Golovkin, especially if he beats Canelo in the rematch, would enhance that. Edgar Zapata, you talking about Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez versus Charlo? They're not even in the same division. So I don't know if you even watch boxing at all. Gilberto fights at 168, so that doesn't even make sense. Charlo has two fights or one fight at 160, so why would he be thinking about 168 right now? Anyway, where's this Jason dude? I made my point. Where is he at? All you have to do is explain how that makes sense. You're right, politically, you're right, but how does a man get a title shot without... See, now you've already lost because you're just deflecting from the whole argument. I'm a boxing fan overall, but he doesn't get no respect from me without a name. Okay, see, listen, I've already... Listen, this is what happened. Y'all want to see a dead body? You know you done fucked up. You know you done fucked up. I'm gonna show y'all a dead body. You keep talking about how Charlo doesn't have a name, but you're also talking about how Charlo shouldn't get Golovkin or shouldn't get Canelo, two guys who have a name. And instead you're telling the world that he should fight Daniel Jacobs, who has a name that's not as known as Golovkin or Canelo's name. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense. Oh, you need to fight a name. So he's trying to fight the two biggest names in the division, and you say, nah, fight this lesser known guy. Excuses, bro? Where was Charlo when he was looking for a fight when he took the Brook fight? Bro, you're getting bodied. What the fuck does Kell Brook fight have to do? Was he even at 160 when the Kell Brook fight? Let's vote. Jason Howard, you Howard the Duck. You ducking all my questions. Jason Howard the Duck. Let's vote. If he got filleted, put your L's up. It's not even, I don't even know I'm on this track. I'm gonna let the outlaws ride on you. Everybody throw your L's up if he got that fade. Fillet. Yo, Mod Squad, I need one of my shooters. Get Jason Howard the Duck up out of here. Howard the Duck gotta go. The L's is coming in. You talking about Kell Brook. What does Kell Brook even have to do with it? Like I said, I don't even think Kell Brook was in I mean, I don't think Charlo was even at middleweight or in the mandatory slot when the Kell Brook fight happened. Goodbye. You're the weakest link. Goodbye. Listen. Just say you scared, dog. Like Eminem said, if you scared of Whitey Ford, just say you scared of Whitey Ford, dog. I wouldn't have said shit. I would just did the song and not put you motherfuckers in it. This is look. This is that Lions Only. This is what they fear. Look how small Canelo looks. This was a couple years ago. Bruh. Look at Canelo. This is Jermall right here, bro. Look at this. Look. This is what you're afraid of. Look at Jermall Charlo next to Canelo, dog. Even Jermall. Santos Torres, you sound stupid as hell. Boy, you sound stupid as hell. He said Chavez was bigger. Who cares? Who cares? Chavez is not a better fighter than either Charlo. So who cares if Chavez was bigger? It's not just about being big. And I don't know, because Jermall looks really bigger. He looks considered bigger. Like, I don't even know if Chavez was much bigger. I think Chavez is like 6'1.5", and Charlo's 6'1". So, I mean, either way, it's not by much. But the whole thing is, the bottom line is, Chavez spent a lot of his career fucking around and not controlling his weight. So he fought at a catch weight. He fought at a catch weight that he probably struggled to make, and he had nothing come fight night. You know what I mean? Jermall has a piston-ass jab. He's athletic, and he's... All right, listen, look at just, I'm just going to tell you this. Look at all the names of the people who are going ham and trying to denounce what I'm saying. I'm going to put one in the hot seat. This one is, his name is Roberto Hernandez. He says Charlo's fake. All they want is a payday. Okay, so why is the Charlo fake? And see, why is it when it comes to black fighters, a lot of times when they're, okay, listen, I'm going to tell y'all this. When I've noticed this, just tell me if you don't see this pattern. When there is a black fucking fighter, right, predominantly, when there's a black fighter who appears to be ducking, they get ridiculed to no end. Tank, why don't you want to fight Loma, you piece of shit? You know what I'm saying? People are mad. They don't like that. They're mad that you don't want to fight, especially if it's a non-black fighter. You know what I mean? Like, Tank doesn't look like he wants to fight Lomachenko, or when Daniel Jacobs wanted more money for Golovkin, they're like, Jacobs, just take 25%, you piece of shit. You're scared of Golovkin. You know what I mean? They were mad. But when it's a fighter who's aggressively calling out a non-black fighter traditionally, then all of a sudden, oh, they just want a payday. Why does he just want a payday? Why he can't want the best versus the best? He can't want to just prove himself? Why is it got to be he wants just a payday? Explain that to me. Explain that to me, how Charlo is fake, which is what you said, and explain how he just wants a payday, and that has to be the only reason. This is to Roberto Hernandez. He said Charlo's fake, all he wants is a payday. So based on what? And which one is it? You like it when fighters appear to duck, or you like when fighters are trying to fight the best available competition, especially if they work their way into a mandatory position? Where's Roberto at, man? Roberto, we waiting. Where's Roberto? He responded. What? I ain't see it. Did anyone see his response? I didn't get it. I didn't see shit. So someone tell me what he said, or copy and paste. No, listen. You got 15 seconds and one more response to answer the question. You talking about the promoters of the problem? Answer the question. That's all you have to do. Answer the question. You said Charlo was fake, and you said he only wants a payday. So fuck the promoters, fuck Golden Boy, Top Rank, and all the Al Heyman, fuck all the people you trying to randomly bring up. Talk about how Charlo is fake, which is your statement, and how he only wants a payday. Like, you're not gonna switch gears and set up new train tracks and go a different way. You said Charlo was fake. What makes him fake? You said Charlo only wants a payday. So I don't care. Why are you telling me about promoters? Tell me about how the Charlos are fake, or how the Charlos, or how Jermall only wants a payday. You bringing up other stuff. See, these dudes can't beat me. These young boys can't beat me. I'm telling you. Their mind is not equipped. It's not set up to deal with these issues. You talking about Charlo's fake. Look at the Charlo's last fight. He fought a guy with a broke leg. How is he fake? So it's his fault that a motherfucker's leg was broke. Like, y'all sound stupid. Y'all sound real life stupid. How is it his fault his opponent injured his leg and was in there like Pinocchio? Like, honestly, how does that make Charlo fake for doing that? You know what I'm saying? That's like saying Chris Areola's fake because Deontay Wilder broke his hand when he fought him. What the fuck kind of, what does that even mean? How is Chris Areola to blame that Deontay Wilder broke his hand? You know what I'm saying? So, so Floyd Mayweather's fake because Pacquiao hurt his shoulder in the fight. What are you really saying? What are you really saying? He said Charlo's fake because his opponent had. Hey, Christian, I need you on this one. Roberto, you got to get him up out of here. He's not making no sense. He's not making no sense at all. I need my shooter on deck. You talking about Charlo's fake? It's the promoters. His leg was broke. Y'all sound like, when y'all get in the hot seat, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. When y'all get in the hot seat, it literally sounds like y'all have Tourette's, because you bring up everything else but the actual response to the question or the thing in question. I'm like, how's Charlo fake? How's he just want a payday? His leg was broke. Corn dogs. Like, corn dogs? What does that even have to do with it? Hot dog on a stick. Sauerkraut. Rihanna, umbrella, Like, what are you talking about? That's what I want to know. I'm trying to get the answer to what you initially said, and you got fucking Tourette's. Paper towels. Blockbuster Video. Oh, O'Reilly. Auto part. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's all I need to know. What in the fuck are you talking about? You guys get real life fucking Tourette's when it comes to this shit. I never got a super chat. Like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? I took Medusa to prom. Like, y'all talk like fucking crackheads or something. Like, I took Medusa to prom. What are you even saying right now? I thought we was talking about Charlo and shit. So anyway, Regis Prograis, I guess he's fake because Victor Postal got hurt. That's the equivalent of what the dude said about Charlo. Man, these dudes don't want the smoke in the hot seat, man. We killing them. Shout out to the support. Shout out to the real motherfuckers. We had to drop some L's. This is crazy. This is real life crazy. Charlo's fake because his opponent hurt his leg. I guess if you black, you just get blamed for everything. Hey, you just got to get blamed for a plethora of stuff. He broke his leg. Yeah, we'll blame the Charlos. Sprinkle some crack on the... Remember that Dave Chappelle? Just sprinkle some crack on the... He broke his leg, but it's Charlo's fault. The fuck? I don't even think his leg was broken. You know what I mean? I think he like twisted it or something, but I don't think it was broken. You know what I mean? So I guess it's Charles Martin's fault that Glasgow or whatever his name was hurt his leg too. Just sprinkle some crack on him. Whatever. But yeah, man. I like to entertain, and I'm glad you guys just get to see it. I'm glad you guys get to see it. Always pulling the black card. Get the fuck off the channel. I mean, it's that simple. If you don't like the content, get off the channel. And see, people like you, the thing is, you're not proving anything I'm saying wrong. What do you disagree with? You know what I'm saying? And when people are doing it, you don't have a problem. You don't get at them. You know what I mean? You don't get at them for blaming the guy for someone else breaking their leg. You're not mad at him. You're mad at me for telling you the outcome. Again, if you don't like it, you don't have to be here. It's very simple. And that's just what it is. Nobody gives credit to Floyd winning with busted hands. Charlo needs to get past Hugo and Canelo past Triple G. Yeah, but well, this is the thing. Charlo, if he gets past Hugo, which he's the favorite, he could fight either Canelo or Triple G. So it doesn't really matter who wins Canelo Triple G. He's called out both of them. You see? But the problem is, people like Abel Sanchez did a recent interview with Dante's Boxing Nation, and he's outright telling you that he has no intentions of making a fight with Charlo. That's the problem. You know what I mean? It's just like you're already discounting him out, like completely. And see, the worst thing is the fighters, I mean the promoters and trainers and stuff like that, you're not going to be able to convince people what's a good fight. You could try, but if people want to see it, they want to see it. And it's the same way you can't take a bad fight and convince people that this is the greatest fight ever. You get what I'm saying? Like, if Pacquiao fights Mike Alvarado, you can make the illest posters, you can make a behind the scenes all access, but you're not going to be able to fake real boxing fans and convince them that that's the epitome of 2018 fights. That's the greatest fight. You won't be able to do that. But even on the flip side, you can't have a good fight and you're not going to be able to convince the public that this is not a good fight. And that's what these trainers and promoters constantly do. You know what I mean? Even Leonard Ellerbe, he was kind of doing that with the Gervonta Tank Davis. He was asked by Behind the Gloves, my dude, Coach Tony. And Coach Tony was like, yeah, I think Tevin Farmer versus Tank Davis, that's a good fight. He said, people really want to see it. And then Leonard Ellerbe said something to the effect of, who wants to see it? But that's not fair, because there really are people that want to see it. You know what I mean? And again, this is kind of like promoter and trainer tricks and stuff like that. He didn't, when Leonard Ellerbe and them, for whatever reason, made Tank versus Fonseca, no one really knew who Fonseca was like that. You know what I mean? And he didn't say, who wants to see Tank versus Fonseca? You know what I'm saying? So how can you take Tevin Farmer and then say, oh, nobody wants to see it? Who wants to see that? You know what I mean? So you're not going to be able to, like, BS the public in that regard. Do you guys get what I'm saying? I would love to see, I'm friends with Tank and Tevin. I would love to see the fight. I think it's a good fight. You know what I mean? I would just sit back and watch that one as a fan. But you can't just be, oh, who wants to see it? And then Leonard Ellerbe in that interview, he says he believed that Tevin Farmer, he said, I'm not going to say robbed, but I think he beat the guy, right? And then he was like, oh, but why should Gervonta fight him? He lost. Yeah, but you just admitted that he shouldn't have lost. You know what I mean? And then on top of it, for all the people in the know with the boxing shit, is that Ogawa dude failed his drug test. So that is the ultimate vindication. Not only was it a close, controversial win for Ogawa, he wasn't even clean. So, you know what I mean? That's what the promoters and the trainers and stuff, they're gonna find out pretty quickly. Like, you can't take a shit fight and then make people believe it's the greatest fight ever, fight of the century. You know what I mean? The same way you can't take a good fight. Canelo or Golovkin versus Charlo is a good fight. And Abel Sanchez can do an interview with me. He can do a million interviews with DBN. He can do interviews with ESPN. It doesn't change the fact of the fight people, the fight fans, and their perception. Their perception of wanting to see the fight. You know what I mean? Damn, somebody got blocked. If you don't like ego, then why are most of y'all here? I mean, listen, like Floyd Mayweather, it comes with the territory. Like, I'm not really worried about it. People putting crazy, oh, you bought subs. Okay, I bought subs. I mean, if you think my channel continues to grow and I'm in the in the elite class of channels with verified boxing check marks off of fake subs or whatever, I mean, cool. My money still spends the same. I'm still in the boxing gyms. Hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, I don't want to put people, but that sparring at Virgil Hunter's gym, that shit was dope. It's dope seeing these fighters and what they be going in. Andre Durrell was looking sharp, and that was just announced for the March 3rd. He's fighting on the Uzcategui or whatever rematch. That was a good fight. Yeah, man. So just stay tuned, man. Keep rocking. And like I said, I'm just glad y'all can see it. I don't have a best trainer. You know, I don't really do stuff like that. It's not really my style. Because they all have their ups and downs. You know what I mean? 1 minute, Robert Garcia has Maidana beating Broner, and let's say Abnamadas or something wins. And then the next minute, all his fighters are losing. You know what I'm saying? Or Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach. Man, Freddie got to do something. You got to do something, Freddie. Because Freddie Roach is on a crucial losing streak. He had Pacquiao lost to Jeff Horn. He had that heavyweight that just lost on the undercard. He lost to the Polish heavyweight. Saddam Ali beat the fuck out of Cotto and hurt him multiple times. So Cotto lost. Mercito Hesta lost to Jorge Linares. I mean, this is just off the top of my head. Freddie, you gotta do something, Fred. Ego, you think Floyd hops in the octagon? I don't really know. At first, I was like, no, but the way he keeps posting about it, maybe it's a possibility. Maybe the money is right. Loma versus Bear Chelt is a fight. 2018, not gonna happen, baby. Like Keith Thurman said, I don't see that happening. Loma's talking about moving to 35. You know, I would love to see Tank Davis versus Bear Chelt. That's a good-ass fight, too. Tank Davis versus Bear Chelt. Bear Chelt's kind of big, I'm telling you. Boxing Brown says go back to Africa. Blocked. Y'all be putting stupid shit. But, like I said, it comes with the territory. Listen, if you hate the channel, you hate me, but you can't stay away. That doesn't even make sense. You can't stay away from it. You have to somehow be involved. And then when you motherfuckers get blocked, you come back with aliases and fake names. Ego, what's up with these dudes, man? They looking for fame off you, bro. Like I said, I'm on my baby Floyd Mayweather shit. They trying to piggyback off the name and everything I work for, but it's not that simple. You know what I mean? You're not gonna just make a diss video or name drop me and get no recognition off of it. You know what I mean? And I guess the only way is if you, like if I had some fishnet Oscar De La Hoya pictures or something and you leak, but I don't have nothing like that, so good luck. You know what I mean? If you leak some kind of exclusive like dirt on me or some shit, but good luck. My G files is clean. Ego Mafia, I told you Death Row East believe in it. Ego, how you feel about Ryan Garcia? That's my dude. Ryan Garcia is my dude. Funny guy, takes his craft serious, clean cut. Golden Boy can do a lot with him. Obviously he has to step up in class, but I mean, there's no rush. He's young. He has an amateur pedigree. He has wins and losses versus Devin Haney in the amateur, so he's a good fighter. He's definitely a good fighter. He's always training, you know what I mean? He has good ass speed, so that's my guy. Nobody started the rumor. A lot of us saw a couple days he had millions of subs. I don't know if it was a YouTube problem. I'm not assuming he bought subs. Listen, I told y'all the biggest thing is y'all motherfuckers care too much about why would someone be checking my numbers daily? How does that benefit you? Second of all, my subs were hidden. So technically you shouldn't have seen anything. There's a way to hide your subs so no one can see it. And I did it as a test, and a lot of you motherfuckers bit. You go. For whatever reason, I think YouTube was putting out random numbers. Putting random numbers. You know what I mean? And it would say I had 1 million, then it would say I had 200 subs. Like, really? I've been doing this long, you think I have 200 subs? So y'all are fucking idiots for even believing that. But once again, this is the society we live in. People, they just assume because someone said it is true. But either way, like, hold on, man. Hold on, I'm gonna show you something. Let me show y'all this fucking big boy work, man. You know, I don't really be putting my business out, but look. What does that say? What does that say, man? It's that big boy work. Who's that from? So I get shit from Google, like, you know what I'm saying? This, I get a 1099, man. This is that Google work. This ain't no little nickel and dime operation. This is what I do full time. This is, why am I gonna open my tax paperwork on my, doesn't make sense. Anyway, I'm just showing y'all, this is the real one. Be humble, ego. I am being humble. That's my paperwork. I'm saying this is what I do full time. You know what I mean? A lot of people want to say this or that, but I mean, do they work like me? Is their channel at you know what I'm saying, at where my channel's at? So this ain't, like I said, this is a brand. We a business. We ain't playing no games. We got to do a 1099. A lot of you small channels and shit dissing and people in the comments that you guys are tax write-offs. I just put you in my taxes. I just write y'all off. I'm like, look, they hating, man. Just write this off on my taxes. All these hotels and plane tickets, these are tax write-offs, man. You gotta itemize this shit. You know what I'm saying? So until you wavy with the Google, you know what I'm saying? Until you in the matrix with the Google, then I'm not trying to really hear about it. Some of y'all get a Google thing and nothing on it. These man fans is crazy. He said, F them, back to boxing, they broken and mad. Like Cassidy said. He said, man, and you broken depressed. Anyway, I just keep doing me. Hopefully the people enjoy it. Heard Lotta breakdown. I don't have a winner yet. I don't know who I'm leaning towards. Heard's my dude. I like Lotta a lot. But I think it's a good fight. The thing I like about it is because Edislandi, Heard is big as fuck, man. I didn't think he would be that much bigger than Lotta. Like, you seen Lotta next to Canelo, they were about neck and neck or whatever, pretty close. But Lotta was way shorter. You know what I'm saying? Way shorter than Heard. Heard needs to work on his defense because some of the shots he was getting hit with from Austin Trout, you probably don't want to get hit with that left hand by, because I think Austin Trout, yeah, he's a southpaw, and he was getting off on some shots. It looked like he gassed out because of the pressure. Lotta has more power to me than Austin Trout. I mean, even look at when Lada fought Austin Trout, he dropped him and shit. So I would say you don't want to get hit with some of the shots that Trout was able to get off. But that, you know, I mean, who knows? That could be just like a learning experience. Like he had to go through a tough. That was his first title defense, if I'm not mistaken, and he took a gamey, cagey veteran southpaw like Austin Trout. So now that he has that under his belt, maybe he can perform better. But he has to work on his defense. But the thing I like about the fight is this: Erislandy Lara gets into these like comfort zones. You know what I'm saying? And some people do some of the Cuban fighters, I noticed they do that, like where they're just so comfortable in their style, they're not gonna ever get out of it, no matter if the crowd's booing, no matter what. You know what I mean? They're gonna fight how they fight. But the good thing is, see, this is the thing, people make excuses. Like when a fighter can't catch another fighter, doesn't know what to do, he ran. That's bullshit. Because in boxing, no matter what the other person is doing, you can always do something to infiltrate. You know what I'm saying? And a guy who's like Lara, there's a way to make him fight. We've seen Alfredo El Perro Angulo do that to Lara, and he knocked him down twice. Being tough and durable, coming forward, and putting on a constant pressure. That's kind of what Jarrett Hurd does, plus he's bigger. You know what I mean? And I would say he's more athletic than Angulo. So it's a good fight because at the end of the day, Hurd, see, I'm going to start using the big words again on y'all. I think Hurd is like the antithesis of kind of what gels well with Lara. Like an Ishe Smith or something like that. The fight's going to just look one-sided. You know what I mean? With Lara. Delvin Rodriguez, because that, like, especially like a Delvin Rodriguez, he don't have the power to hurt Lara. Hurd has power, and he's big, and he's like relentless. So it could be scrappy, and it could cause Lara to throw more punches than what he wants. You know what I mean? And that's what you got. I mean, kind of like Canelo versus Triple G. Triple G don't have much of a defense. He really doesn't. But he'll have that presence on you and put that pressure on you. You know what I mean? And that's why Canelo started getting tired. And you start seeing the fight in the middle rounds open up more to the Golovkin way in those middle rounds. So if Lara gets tired, which we don't see often, he has good stamina, but if Hurd can do that, then the second half could get real good. Yo, make sure y'all smash the like button, man. We working. We're just talking about some of this boxing stuff. Yeah, so Hurd would try, like my shooter said, Christian, Hurd's gonna try to wear him down. But the thing is, he has to be able to weather the onslaught of left hands from Lara. So, man, smash that like button. Sean Porter, I haven't talked to him. I haven't talked to Sean Porter, but his friend is in the military, and I think he's getting deployed. So he was like out of town or something. It's on his Instagram, so go check it out. He's just recovering from a hand injury. So I really think he's probably just waiting for the outcome of Danny Garcia versus Brandon Rios, seeing how that's gonna look. You know what I mean? Because he's already expressed the interest in wanting to fight Danny Garcia. I'm pretty sure he probably wouldn't mind fighting Brandon Rios if Rios pulls the upset. So he's probably looking at that or seeing what WBC is going to mandate for the Thurman fight. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I talked to Kenny Porter. The comment says Sean Porter, the other guy that is ducking Errol Spence Jr. I mean, you guys can say whatever, but I talked to Kenny Porter, and he told me a very logical, sound argument and reasoning. And you know what I mean? People can either believe it or not believe it. But if you go look at the IBF, and it's been the case, the IBF doesn't have Sean Porter ranked anywhere in the top 20, 25, which is crazy. How is Konstantin Ponomarev and Ocampo, how are these guys ranked? But Sean Porter, who had the IBF belt, and was a upstanding champion. You know what I mean? Like, he's a good dude, and he's not out there like disgracing the belt or like pissing on the belt. You know what I'm saying? And the IBF doesn't even have Sean Porter ranked, and he's a former champion. Meanwhile, the WBC knows Terrence Crawford kicked Julius Ndongo and Victor Postal's ass, and they're back in the picture in the title fight. So obviously they're ranked against Regis Prograis, or whatever, since Terrence Crawford left. So again, Kenny Porter, when he told me that directly, that you got to make that make sense. That's a very solid point. How the fuck we had the belt, you know what I'm saying, and now we're nowhere in the rankings? So, I mean, realistically, would you want to fight for a belt if they did you like that? You once held the belt, you didn't do anything wrong, you paid your sanctioning fees, and then they don't have you in the in the rankings? You know what I mean? Like, realistically, and I didn't realize this, but you know, I'd be around fighters sometimes. Those sanctioning fees are fucking expensive. The someone said that's wild disrespectful. The sanctioning fees are like, some of them are like 200 to 300,000 type shit. So I mean, would you want someone's belt and they don't even have you in the rankings? You know what I'm saying? Like, so Sean Porter, let's say he fought Errol Spence. You want to pay sanctioning fees, whatever they are, sanctioning fees for the belt, and they don't even have you in the rankings. Now, I'm not saying you absolutely have to fight people where you're ranked, but to me that is kind of disrespectful if you think about it. Disrespectful that he was once a champion and he only had like, if you look at Sean Porter's losses, they're all respectable. They're all respectable. It's not like he just you know what I mean, tore out the frame type shit. You know what I mean? Respectable losses, and you don't even have them. See, but new media, I don't talk about it. I be about it. IBF welterweight, the most recent, January 2018, obviously the champion. Look, they don't have any. How you have no Sean Porter, but you don't even have the number 1 and 2 spots ranked? And then number 3 was the next guy is who Errol Spence might fight, Carlos Ocampo. You have Jesse Vargas and Bradley Skeet. How you have Bradley Skeet ranked but no Sean Porter? A guy that had the IBF belt. See, look, this is not making sense. He had the IBF belt a couple years ago, and then Sean Porter beat him for the IBF, and Devin Alexander's ranked at number 6. So once again, you said that Sean Porter's ducking Errol Spence, but Konstantin Podomarov, Speedy Ellis, Ray Robinson, look, they don't have him in the top 15, but you got Super Skeet. Oh, Skeet. Yeah. That's stupid. That don't make sense. So maybe there's something going on. I don't know. But that don't make sense to me. Who the fuck is Bradley Skeet? Who? Oh, Skeet. From the window. Who's Bradley Skeet? Like, somebody explain that to me. Like Tupac said, somebody got to explain why I ain't got shit. Somebody got to explain who Bradley Skeet is. I don't know that. It's not ringing no bells. I know what Skeet is, like there's regular Skeet, but I don't know no Bradley Skeet. And then they call him Super Skeet. Nah, we can't do that. Porter just not being vocal about fighting him. Again, do you want to pay sanctioning fees for somebody who doesn't have you in the rankings? How is Sean Porter not? He should be ranked with the WBC, the WBA in the top 10. Name 14 other people, 15 other people ahead of Sean Porter in the welterweight division. 15, 14? Like, name them. Even if you say Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford and Keith Thurman are ahead of him, that's 3 people. You know what I'm saying? That's 3 people. So name 12 other people that should be over Sean Porter in any sanctioning body. WBA, WBC, IBF at welterweight. Explain that to me. You know what I mean? So that doesn't make sense. So, I mean, I don't really blame the Porter. Listen, I call bullshit out. Like, I'm not saying this because I know the Porters or whatever. That legit makes sense. Sean Porter definitely should be top 10 in all the sanctioning bodies. Yo, man, we working. $10. We got a $10 super chat via PayPal. It's D Bevel. He's in the chat. He said, D Bevel the champ. What up, Ego? Hope to see you at this year's Box Fan Expo again. Hashtag new media. Shout out to the $10 super chat. We working. Shout out to PayPal, man. A lot of new stuff coming. I promise that. Yeah, I definitely want to get out to the Box Fan Expo. But yeah, I mean, again, that don't make sense how Sean Porter would not be ranked in the top 10. And then the IBF really has people like, hold on, in their top 15. Like, listen. Who the fuck, who is number 7? Quadritillo Alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, X, Q, Elemental P. What is that? Who is that? Who's this alphabet dude right here? Who the fuck is Kita? That's a girl? Who's Kita? Obara. Damn, they dropped Konstantin Ponomarev for ducking Errol Spence, because Konstantin Ponomarev was like top 3. Who is this? Quadrillo Alphabet. Like, I don't know. IBF got to get it together with that, with the welterweight division. How is Sean Porter not there? But Quesadilla Alphabet or whatever his name was is up there. Does Konstantin... Let me chill. Does Konstantin Ponomarev fight anymore? I haven't even heard of any fight. Like, he's with Top Rank, and I see Shakur Stevenson and Mick Connellan and everybody else getting fights, but I don't even hear about him fighting. Listen, this is the IBF's website, International Boxing Federation. That's their own website. Like, I just made this up on Photoshop. That's their website, and they don't have Sean Porter. So I personally agree with Kenny Porter. I don't think it's fair to say at this moment he's ducking Errol Spence when he was the former IBF champion, lost to Kell Brook in a respectable fight. You know what I mean? He lost. I thought he lost, but it wasn't like he got trucked. You know what I mean? Shout out to Smoke D's too. $10 super chat. Welcome back, Ego. Some of y'all keep saying welcome back, but I've been back. I've done this is my 3rd or 4th stream. But shout out to you. What's this track? This is just like a mashup that someone made for me. So I don't have like, it's just like a wave form. I don't have all the individual like mixes on the mashup. Man, what's it called? What if Keith Thurman loses to Danny Garcia or Sean Porter in a rematch? Ego, do you think Danny Garcia is a better fighter than Sean Porter? I don't know. I got to see him fight. Because stylistically, Sean Porter could give any welterweight issue. You know what I'm saying? He could give anybody issue because he has the stamina to do it, and he's pretty tough. Because he, man, at the he was there. Sean Porter to me was winning. I want to say round 3 or 4 versus Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman was on the ropes like this, and he hit Sean Porter with this fucking hook out of nowhere, and he's like, yeah, and he hit him with this hook, and Sean Porter kind of just looked, and I know for a fact that hurt. I know it hurt because Thurman got some good speed or whatever, and Sean Porter just tucked his head and then just went back to it. So, I mean, he's tough. He's durable. Man, this game is crazy, man. New media, stand up, Ego Army. I can't believe it. Like, the game, listen to what people say. Look where we're at. We're at a point where Terrence Crawford has still never got a Manny Pacquiao shot, and Pacquiao might fight on Crawford's undercard. Like, when is it's a sign of the times. Pacquiao might need to hang it up. And it got worse when he became a politician like more full time or whatever, how you gonna how you would go from a pay-per-view main event to people's undercard, and then they're talking about him fighting Mike Alvarado. Wow. And y'all motherfuckers was mad Floyd fighting Berto. I swear to you, I'm not even lying. I would rather see Pacquiao fight Berto. And I don't think Berto's been back since the Sean Porter loss, but I swear I would rather see Pacquiao versus Berto. Pacquiao versus Luis Collazo. Pacquiao versus Broner. I mean, there's so many fights. I mean, I don't even care about the fight really, but I would rather see Pacquiao versus Lucas Matisse. You know what I mean? Lucas didn't look good to me in his last fight, but shit, I'd rather see that than Mike Alvarado. But hey, you know what I mean? See, and then Top Rank's still riding off the fact of who Pacquiao is and legend and all that shit, but I don't think Pacquiao versus that level of opposition warrants and makes this all of a sudden a pay-per-view card. You have to put a better fight together. You know what I'm saying? You got to put a better, like, just because you can't just have the name and then put, you know what I mean? Like, am I the only one who doesn't care about Lomachenko versus Pacquiao? Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you. Like, of course I'm going to watch it because it's just curiosity thing, and I cover boxing. I watched Danny Garcia versus Rod Salka, so I mean, I'm not gonna miss Lomachenko versus Pacquiao type shit. But I don't, in my honest opinion, that doesn't prove what I need to see from Lomachenko. It'll be cool. It'll be a nice cap in the hat. There is some inherent danger, but it's not. There's other more. I'm not even playing. What do I need to see? Well, what I need to see is if he's being compared to Muhammad Ali, that's what I need to see. I need to see that type of Muhammad Ali. Who did Muhammad Ali duck? Somebody answer that. And please don't disrespect the GOAT. Who did Muhammad Ali duck? Who did he duck? He fought Foreman when Foreman was like slaughtering motherfuckers. Frazier, Norton, Trevor Berbick. Like, who did he duck? You know what I mean? So if you're gonna compare him to someone like that, let's see his resume get like that. Muhammad Ali probably got like 60 plus fights. You know what I mean? Lomachenko got 11 fights and a loss. So my whole thing with this whole Lomachenko is I just have to see. I know he's good, but to see if he's what they rate him as, and he could have beat Pretty Boy Floyd and stuff. I got to see more. And beating Pacquiao at age 40, Ernie Shavers, yeah, beating Pacquiao at age 40, coming off of a loss, and then maybe a win over Mike Alvarado. I mean, that doesn't do it for me. Plus, I don't even know, like, even though I know Lomachenko would be coming up, Pacquiao, when's the last time he even fought at 140? At a flat 140? Name Pacquiao's last fight at 140. Somebody do that. Name Pacquiao's last fight at 140. Hatton? What was that, 2009? And then after Hatton got knocked out by Floyd, and I think he had a couple of tune-ups and Paulie Malignaggi maybe, and then Pacquiao knocked him out quicker. You know what I mean? Like, that's 2009. 2009. It's 2018, so 9 years ago. So I don't even know. I know Pacquiao's a little dude. He's not the biggest guy, but 2009. We ain't seen him at that weight class. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. It doesn't. Just doesn't appeal to me like that. I think I'm more excited for Wilder Ortiz than I would be over Pacquiao Lomachenko. But again, I would watch it. If they do make it, I'm gonna watch it just to see what happened and do my report on it. Hey, you're so dumb. You said Pacquiao need to start cheating and drinking again. You ain't never lied. when he was dyeing his hair, had them flame trunks and when he's drinking Hennessy. Hey, Pacquiao off that Hennessy. We need that Hennessy, Pacquiao. Pacquiao was getting. I do believe I'm going to. That motherfucker was off that Hennessy. Hennessy had him right. Jinky, she is at home with the children, and I'm drinking this Hennessy. I like Pacquiao off that Hennessy, man. Yeah, he. So said, yeah, he needs to get back on the juice. Yeah, I'm so done. Did what happen? Pacquiao, he was endorsed by Hennessy, so I know he was drinking. He admitted to drinking alcohol often, and he was endorsed by Hennessy, so you know they must have shipped him some free Henny. He just worked hard. It's questionable. It's questionable if he just worked hard, bro. Listen, okay. Listen, there's a reason why he's the only one that went 8 divisions. There's a reason why he only went. I mean, he's the only person that went 8 divisions. Motherfuckers, I see motherfuckers move up 3 to 5 pounds and get beat the fuck up. Pacquiao went from like 99 pounds to 152, 153 to fight a guy who was like 5'11". Like, bro, Chocolatito can't even move up 3 pounds and without getting dropped and slept by Rungvisai in 2 separate fights. Imagine if Chocolatito moved up to welterweight and was just fucking Errol Spence Jr. up. You know what I'm saying? Or Keith Thurman or Terrence Crawford. Or moved to 54 and fought Canelo. Or fought Charlo. Like, I mean, come on. Come on. Come on. Do you understand, like... Do you understand what happened? I don't think Chocolatito would beat Rigondeaux at 122. So imagine him in some 140s and shit. You know what I'm saying? He would be shorter than everybody, small. And then to keep in mind, you like to keep moving up and keep moving up over time and then keep your speed, like keep your power. I don't know, man. That sounds mighty incredible. Gonzalez is done. Yeah, I heard his fight got pushed back. It's not necessarily a good sign. Hey, but you know what? I've always noticed, since I said this in the past, part of Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez's problem, I mean, I don't know him on a personal level. I don't know him on a personal level, but I would see pictures and shit of him. He gets too big in his off season. I don't know if he was like super disciplined, like he don't, like as an athlete. You know what I mean? I don't know that. Like, I'm telling you, I've been around some of the best, like Andre Ward. I'm not joking. The video's on my page. I did an exclusive interview, and I was in Ward's gym 2 days after Alexander Brand fight got announced. Now, mind you, the Alexander Brand fight, everybody knew that most likely Brand couldn't fuck with Ward. You know what I mean? This dude was in there training like a madman for Brand 2 days after the fight was announced. Like, okay, let's say he got word that the fight was a done deal maybe a little bit sooner, but 2 days after it was announced to the public. So, I don't know. I've been around people, and I don't know if I'm trying to read comments, I'm sorry. Man, ESPN's pay-per-view, pound for pound list is full of shit. They got a Nui up there, but no Rungvisai. How the fuck is Rungvisai? Listen, this is how you know it's politics in this game. This is how you know when it's some bullshit. ESPN was one of the main motherfuckers, one of the main culprits pushing this Chocolatito agenda, right? Saying he was #1 after Floyd, since Floyd retired. He was the #1 guy, right? The same people. So when he gets knocked off that list by Sora Rungvisai twice, why don't you put Rungvisai as #1? Or even in the top 10. They put a Nui on the back end of the pound for pound list, but no Rungvisai. So what has a Nui done more than Rungvisai when Rungvisai just knocked out your dude? That's stupid. That's crazy. You know what I mean? They have Deontay Wilder at number 10 or something, but they had no Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? Or how do you have no Anthony Joshua who beat Klitschko, but you have Inouye? So what has Inouye ever done that tops Joshua beating Klitschko? And I like Inouye, but I need to know what he's done and what he's accomplished that tops anything that Joshua has done. You know what I mean? Since he became champion. Crazy. And the worst part about ESPN's list is they got like 8 motherfuckers who make the list, and the list is still trash. If I were to, never mind. Let me just stop. So yeah, I mean that list is garbage. I never understood why they were hyping up Gonzalez. They were probably getting paid or some shit. K2 or Tom Loeffler or somebody, or some Japanese promoter or whoever. They were probably, I mean, that's the only thing I could think of why you would even overly do some shit like that. But you know what's funny? New media versus old media. I'm gonna tell y'all, the thing that's very funny to me is this. Like I said, you can't fool the public. You could say all day that this person, Golovkin's number 1. Okay, put him in with the proper competition and we'll see if he's number 1. So it don't really matter what you say. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you try, oh, Canelo's the one to beat Mayweather. Okay, let's see when they fight. And when they fight, he can't beat Mayweather. So, I mean, no matter what somebody says, the truth will come out. If the fighters are fighting the right fights, the truth's gonna come out, and we're gonna see where they're really rated. Like Floyd always says, the fans can't fight for you. You know what I mean? ESPN's pound for pound list can't fight for you. So when it was all determined, and man, me and Dante talked about this. We both covered. We actually sat. They had us sitting next to each other at the Golovkin Dominic Wade fight. You know what I mean? Very good atmosphere. But they had Chocolatito on that card, on that same card. He fought a guy named, I think, McWilliams Arroyo, right? And me and Dante talked about it, and we were like, Chocolatito didn't even, like, Arroyo, with all things considered, Arroyo was coming off like a long-ass layoff, and maybe had moved up in weight or something, right? And me and Dante were talking about it like, Chocolatito didn't look that impressive in that particular fight. For fighting a guy who was off a year layoff, you know what I mean, with only cool power, he didn't really look great. You know what I mean? That was kind of like the beginning and the end. Then he fought Carlos Cuadras, and his eyes looked like fucking fortune cookies at the end. His eyes looked like they were like nailed shut. Then they still said he won. And then he fought Sor Rungvisai. It just, I seen the downward spiral coming. And then, like I said, Chocolatito looks like he gains too much weight in his off season because he looks pretty big. Arroyo exposed Roman. That's what I'm saying. He was like the first one. And then even before that, the Juan Francisco Gallo Estrada, when he fought him. You know what I mean? Some people say he didn't even, like, every time I see Chocolatito, he's in a fat suit, a little sauna suit, the sweat shit. Usyk exposed in his last fight. I mean, nah. I mean, Usyk, I know, I get what you're saying, because I thought even in the fight with Michael Hunter or whatever, I thought there was some vulnerability showed, but I don't think Usyk, he's still doing well enough, you know what I'm saying? And cruiserweight is not, it's not super, like, stupid stacked, so he still might be the best cruiserweight, you know what I mean? But Chocolatito, I'm just saying, like, against the competition, like, you barely beat Carlos Cuadras. You know what I mean? You barely, like, you didn't look great, at least, versus Arroyo. Then the Rungvisai, you got knocked down, and then you're supposed to set the record straight, and then you get knocked out. And not only is getting knocked out is one thing, but to get dominated and knocked out, like when Holly Holm dominated and knocked out Ronda Rousey, that's what made it worse. It's not that if Ronda Rousey was competitive with Holly Holm and then just got kicked and knocked out eventually, that wouldn't be that bad. But it's how she got dominated and then knocked out. You know what I mean? And see, when I was making videos and I'm like, hey, Chocolatito's cool, he's entertaining, this, that, and the third, they say, oh, Ego, he's just hating on Chocolatito. He just doesn't know about the lighter weight divisions. Once again, VH1, where are they now? I thought, so y'all said I just didn't know about the smaller weight classes. So you basically questioned my judge of talent, my judge of skill, and said and attributed it to I just don't know enough about the smaller weight classes. But then come to find out, in the end, obviously I do know enough about the smaller weight classes because I was exactly fucking right when it came with Chocolatito. He's good, he's entertaining, but he gets hit too much, and he needs to work on his defense. You know what I mean? But let y'all tell it. Oh, he doesn't know enough about the lighter weight classes. That's why he's saying that. I've done my. If I don't know some shit, I don't claim to. I don't pretend to. I do my research, which a lot of you guys failed to do. I want to see one of these guys fight Dwayne Beeman. Yeah, I mean, the dude's always in shape. He's calling out the best. Let's see it. Oh. Tank versus Devin Haney. Yeah, I would like to see that. That's good. There's a lot of good fights. Yeah, man, I'm about to get out of here. Damn, someone named Fuck You got banned right now. Oh, let's talk about Wilder real quick too. I don't understand why Wilder gets so much hate. Like, what is it? Like, somebody inform me. Is there like a secret society? I don't understand why he's getting so much hate. Like, and again, just like I said with the Charlo Canelo Golovkin situation, if a fighter looks like he's ducking, y'all get mad. But Wilder doesn't look like he's ducking. It looks like he's down to fight the other top heavyweights, and y'all say he talks too much. He's too focused on Joshua. Oh, he's overlooking Luis Ortiz. Oh, he's scared. I mean, it's always something. Damn, someone said Ego, he's black, pure and simple. Shit, that's kind of making it sound like that. Hey, Dark Sage, you need to get blocked because you just, since the beginning, since the dawn of time, you've been putting stupid stuff. Because he talks crap. I could tell you're black. You're not black because you just said crap. Black people don't usually say crap. They might say bull crap. Oh, I'll take that back. He says because he talks crap and fights bums. So, what about Povetkin? Was he a bum? The only reason the fight didn't happen was because of Povetkin. Why aren't you blaming him? Okay, why aren't you blaming him? Luis Ortiz failed a drug test and is still getting the opportunity to fight Wilder. Is that a bum fight again? You know what I mean? And why, like I said, why don't people get mad at Conor McGregor? Conor McGregor will talk trash, and he's losing. He'll talk trash to Floyd, and Floyd stopped him. And people still love it. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury talks trash. It's just, it's mighty coincidental how certain people get like slated for or slighted for trash talk. You don't like when Floyd, Broner, or Wilder does it, or Charlo aggressively calling out Canelo and Triple G, but Conor McGregor, he could do it all day. Chael Sonnen, you don't care when he does it. You know what I'm saying? You don't care when Ricardo Mayorga is slapping people. I love Mayorga. He's funny as fuck. He was like, oh, Oscar's a fag. He plays with little dolls, slapping people, slapping Shane Mosley's girl's ass, and people don't have a problem with none of that. But Wilder talks crap. Dark Sage, you sound stupid. You said because it's a boxing match, not an MMA match. I just named a boxer. I just said Ricardo Mayorga. Why aren't people mad? Why aren't people mad about the Ricardo Mayorga shit? He did trash talk, the same shit. Shout out to Philly, man. Exactly, ego. If you're black, you can't be confident. They're trying to suppress the message. Like, that's what, you know what I mean? That's why some people probably gravitate to Joshua, because he's mild-mannered and he's like, you know what I mean? I see him in pictures and stuff. He's wearing suits and ties and stuff. That's how they want you to act. If you act like a certain way, they don't like that. They don't like you to be too confident, like the comment just said. Yeah, Tyson Fury talks a lot of trash. A message to the weightlifter. I can fight you at 25 stones, and like he's doing nothing but trash talk. You know what I mean? Fury actually beat Klitschko? Okay. So why is he talking trash to Anthony Joshua? He ain't beat him. See, I'm telling you, you're right on the verge of getting blocked because you keep putting stupid shit. Tyson Fury ain't fought. He never fought Anthony Joshua, and that's who I'm talking about, him trash talking. He didn't even really trash talk Tyson Klitschko too much. He was like, the Klitz getting licked or some shit, but he talks more shit to Anthony Joshua. He never even fought him. They want us to act more Eurocentric in public. Man, fuck all that. See, and this is what people like Dark Sage do. You can have a point in a slew of different examples. Like, let's say you have 5. And then they won't even respond to 4 out of the 5. They'll take maybe the weakest one, and then they'll be like, hey, what about this? Tyson Fury, like, what are you talking about? Shout out to Big Time, $10 Shmoney Gang. I told you the mustard yellow ones, if it looks like Heinz mustard or French's mustard, if the super chat screen looks like French's mustard, you already know what it is. Here's to hoping you can make it to Dallas at one point. It's cool. If you can't, though, got to make that money. I might try to come for that Errol Spence. I don't know who he's fighting, but I just fuck with Spence. You know what I mean? But listen, like, boxing is entertainment. Why would you be mad that Wilder's like, some of y'all act like, I'm from the Bay. We say squares. That's what some of y'all act like. Some of y'all act like straight up squares. Like, you're mad that a guy's confident and pushing for those fights. Like, that's crazy. We just got a Venmo right now. Shout out to moderator Angel Santos. $20 Venmo. Here's his message. Angel says, yo, ego, people sleeping on the IBO. I used to talk shit about them, but that organization and their system of ranking is very fair, solid. February 24th, Frankie Gavin versus Bethune of Namibia will fight for the IBO 147 title. People gotta pay attention to that fight because the winner might be either Thurman or Spence or even Garcia next. Very interesting. Shout out to Angel Santos, man. Yeah, I don't know much about the IBO. I mean, the IBO, to be honest. Like, I don't know all the particulars in the rankings. I don't follow, like, keep up as much, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? Maybe that's something I could work on. I think that Igor Mikhalkin is the IBO champion. Yeah, it's possible. Well, I guess I got another homework assignment. Start trying to keep up with the IBO a little bit more. But yeah, this whole situation with Wilder is crazy. Like, again, some of y'all act like squares. Like, why are you mad that Wilder's confident? Even if it's a false confidence. Conor McGregor was like, Floyd, you'll do fucking none. His skull is he was saying his skull is smaller than my fist, and I dribble heads off canvases. None of that shit mattered when he fought Floyd because he got destroyed. You know what I mean? So even if it doesn't work his way, I mean, we've seen Erickson Lubin. He had a lot to say. He trash talked a lot, and it didn't work his way. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we've seen it before. I just don't understand, like, why people are so, like, offended. Like, Deontay Wilder, and it's like Deontay Wilder, like, the trash talk. I understand when, what's old boy What's the dude? It's a UK fighter, and he got in trouble for bringing up the Sun magazine recently. O'Hari Davis or whatever. I understand like something like that because his trash talking got to the point where you are making fun of a tragedy in Manchester. You know what I'm saying? That's different. You're like, because now it's beyond just your opponent. You're insulting the community of where this guy is from, Manchester or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? So that's different. But Deontay Wilder's not doing that. He's not like saying nothing about Cubans or he's getting at Joshua. He's like, I love people in the UK. He's getting at Luis Ortiz. He's getting at Joshua directly. He's not really going above and beyond to disgrace everybody. So, I mean, I don't know. I like it. Entertain me, motherfucker. If I'm going to be flying to these fights and covering fights, or if I'm even at home and, you know what I mean, making the time to watch these fights, or if it's a pay-per-view, entertain me. Because truth be told, Canelo versus Golovkin, I mean, if we're being 100% true, I went to the fight and I covered the fight, but the build-up was pretty fucking boring. Name one memorable moment from a special that you seen from HBO in the build-up to the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, name something like a memorable moment in the build-up for Canelo Triple G, the first one. What was it like? Name an interesting moment. I mean, the fight itself would deliver. I like the fight, but I'm saying the build-up was nothing special. They tried this new thing on HBO, Under the Lights or some shit, with Roy Jones, Max Kellerman sitting next to Canelo and Triple G. Trash. This shit was boring. They looked like they was at the movie theater together, and they're like, oh, hey, this guy hits hard. What do you think about that? What do you have to say about that? I mean, I would have rather you just do a regular face-off. That's what people want. The regular face-offs be cool, like at least the best ones. You know what I mean? So the 24/7s, I don't even remember them. So, you know what I mean? Like Deontay Wilder, him trash talking, entertain me. I like that shit. I like what people. I mean, even Broner. I don't agree with a lot of what Broner does, telling his parents to fuck off or whatever. I would never publicly put that to my parents, but to each his own. But he's entertaining. You know what I mean? When he's like, oh, ass beatings. I'm gonna beat Omar Figueroa's fat ass. Like, that shit's entertaining to me. Like, when I went to the New York for the Mikey Garcia Broner fight, and Broner was making fun of, there's some guy who was balding, and he was making fun of his hairline and shit. I mean, it's entertaining, and those videos get views. So I don't understand why people are so mad at Deontay Wilder. I put up a Wilder video today or whatever, and it had like 9 likes, 4 dislikes in the first minute. Like, dislike what? Y'all just be mad. But shit, I don't care. Like it, dislike it. The money still spends the same. Anyway, that's the show. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate my mods, my shooters on deck. We didn't have to take too many people out, but you know what I mean? I'll be back. I might even do another stream later tonight. I don't know. Why are people saying Broner's in jail? I don't get it. Where's this Broner jail shit? Do y'all know something I don't know? Angel, where are you all hearing that? Where did y'all hear this at? Check it where? How do I get to it? I don't know. Well, I'll be back. I'm gonna do it. See this? And I just said this the other day. Hold on. Broner be getting locked up before his fights. Oh, whoops, hold on. Oh shit. Some roommates caught Adrien Broner getting arrested at Lenox Mall. Wow.
Hey, they got AB, man. Early. Why they did that to him, dog?
Wow.
Hey, they got AB, man.
Early. Wow. I don't know why he's in Atlanta shopping. Well, I guess he's arrested. That's crazy. But see, this is the other thing. And again, I'm not, like I said this in the video, and I'm not snitching because it's all public information. When he did all that rant stuff, I don't know his personal life, but doesn't he have some cases? Because if you have cases, I don't, and you talking about waving guns and stuff, shit, they might fuck around and have a warrant for you for, like, you know what I mean? Police be on some bullshit. They be like, oh, criminalistic threats, and you know what I mean? So if you got open cases, you got to kind of chill, focus on boxing. But that's why I said I'm not doing. It's not worth it for me to get invested in and have these lectures on Broner. Broner, live the best life you want, do what you want to do. I don't know why he got arrested. But that's the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm probably gonna make a video about Broner getting arrested. Check that on the channel. I may go on stream later, talk about some more stuff. Just depends what the likes and comments are, so make sure you guys engage. Peace out, y'all.